Hello everybody, this is me Gibbon, and in this video we're going to make a upper body diagnostics with Paida. For the newcomers, if you don't know, this channel is all about Paida. So if you are interested in this amazing self-healing technique from traditional Chinese medicine that is brought to us thanks to Master Hong Chishao. So if you have interest, please subscribe for my channel and hit the like button, because I need you to spread this knowledge, and this will be super beneficial to you to start your practice. Why? Because Paida is so simple that you can learn it in 1 minute, and compared to other Eastern ways of helping your body like yoga and Tai Chi, Paida is something that I think is better because you know what you are doing, because it is simple both in theory and in practice. And with other self-healing techniques, it is like a very common thing that you are practicing something and you don't know what you're doing, and you don't know if you're wasting your time or not. And the Paida is better in this because it is so simple and you always know what you're doing and why you're doing it, so you're not wasting your time. That being said, moving on to the practice. How to diagnose your upper body. It is super simple. I'm looking that way many times because I set stopwatch there to be to measure the time of Paida. Upper body diagnostics is made with 3 minutes of Paida here, 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 and here in both arms. So we're going to talk about more in details, but let's start with the practice now. Okay, we're doing this Paida for 3 minutes in this area. Through this area, on this area are located the meridians of large intestine, small intestine, and triple warmer meridian. So you can diagnose yourself, and if you have big pain or if you have sha appearing, these dots that are described in the book, these spots, brushes, if you have those, then you have blockages in this area. But for 3 minutes it could be happen that you don't have any spots or dots because it is just a little time, so it's short period of time. Sometimes it takes more time for sha to appear. But anyways, now what we are doing is to self-diagnose our upper body and to locate our biggest blockages located in our upper body. How is this going to happen? Actually, when you make those kinds of short Paida practices, you are activating the channels and you are moving the energy faster than usual. So in the places that you have blockages, it is pretty sure that you're going to put more energy into those places, so unusually more. And you're going to experience so-called healing crisis, and pretty often this happens as chronic disease turned into an acute disease. What is going to happen now, for example, with slapping here? So this is the area that are passing large intestine, small intestine, and triple wormer meridian. All these meridians are located here, up to here, and going into the head. And it is possible, if you have some blockages during those in those areas, it is possible. Okay, we change the other hand. Yes, we change the other hand. It is possible, for example, late this day or tomorrow, to experience some kinds of pain in the upper body. If you have like even hidden blockages that you don't know about their existence, you can understand these blockages. And for example, you don't have shoulder pain, but after this self-diagnostics with Paida, you lay down tonight on bed and you start to feel some pain in your shoulder. That means that your disease were there all the time, but it was sleeping. And sometimes this thing is very dangerous because you are not aware of your blockages, but they are there and they are doing their damage into your body. And sometimes people know about their blockages when it is late, when the problems became really big. Of course, I just gave an example with blockages, with symptoms of our musculoskeletal system, but this could be also a sign of damage of internal organ. So if you have some problems with your internal organs, large intestine, small intestine, so you can feel pain in these areas also. Also ear problems, actually, because triple wormer is pretty much connected with the ears. Also the gallbladder meridian, but it is not here. We are not slapping on gallbladder meridian now. I'm sorry if I sound like a man who just speaks at random stuff, but it really is the matter of this thing, you know. So okay, we are changing this area. It is really like something that you never know how it is going to happen. I mean the healing crisis. When I first did this upper body diagnostics, it appears like this, because I dance too much. I used to dance way too much with breakdancing. I had many like in many places I had pain, you know, muscle pain, especially on the upper back, the shoulders, and the lower back. And when I did this, I felt such a big pain in the shoulders, between the shoulder blades, and also here. Also, I felt my ears like numb, some kind of. I felt my inner ears like that they kind of expand a little bit. This was the feeling I felt. So it's very interesting and could be could be different in everybody, but you can experience the healing crisis, like with insomnia, it's very common, with regurgitation, digestive problems also. But in this practice, the most important thing is to know like where you have pain after the practice. These are the most important places for you to slap, to continue your Paida. And because I'm doing this too often, this Paida on those areas, I probably will not experience any healing crisis today. But when I did this first couple of times, I experienced the pain of those places that I told you, and those places became my priorities. So we're changing. So if you, for example, have pain after this practice, for example, here on the armpit, a little bit here, here, and here, these places should become your priorities. These are your biggest blockages, and you should focus a lot on your biggest blockages when you practice. Let's say if you enter a workshop, make sure that you will do some more Paida on those areas. Or if you practice alone, by yourself, this is very, very good to focus on these areas, because Master Shao taught this. Where you feel more pain, you have more blockages, and if you slap there, it will do more good to your body. Actually, it is the same with Lojin stretching. There are 7 stretches described in the book, and this stretch that is the hardest for you and the most painful, this stretch will do more good. And this is probably one of my mistakes with this practice, because I pretty much I practice many of those Lojin exercises a lot. Maybe this Lojin on the bench, I'm practicing it almost every day, and I practice a lot with many weights. But there is still one of these Lojin exercises that is super hard for me, and it is this standing Lojin, you know, like this in the door frame. I feel lots of pain, and I feel some healing crisis for this Lojin, and this is the only Lojin that I got left to beat, because I did like 40 minutes at each leg many times in the Lojin in reclining position. I squatted for 40 minutes many times, the squatting Lojin. So we're moving to this part, inner side of the elbows. Of course, on the naked skin is better. Actually, if I'm not recording, I'm slapping myself heavier, but it will be super noisy and the video won't be that great. But if you're doing this practice with me. Slap yourself harder if you can, of course. So we are basically swapping ourselves on the wrists and on the elbows. This is this self-diagnostics of the upper body. In this area, inner side of the hands, goes the heart meridian, the pericardium meridian, and the lungs meridian. Most on this inner side, the heart, here's pericardium, here's the lungs, and they go here, here. So they are like they will be related with shoulder pain in the front part of the shoulders. So you can apply this logic, like if you have pain in the front part of your shoulder, this could be heart or lungs problem. If it goes till here, probably it is a pericardium meridian problem. If the pain goes to your ears, probably it is the triple warmer meridian problem. If the pain is like here on the shoulder blades, probably it is a small intestine problem. You can apply this logic so if it goes like here to your face, could be large intestine problem. And of course, the best way is not experiencing any of these. Sorry about that. And actually, if you do not experience any healing crisis, that means two things. First, you are healthy, and this is the best thing. You're basically healthy. And the second thing that this could mean is that you are slapping yourself too gently. And you did nothing. This is a very good practice to begin with, actually, your Paida journey. I think that it is not a good idea to jump into a workshop, 7 days, 8 days workshop without practicing before that. Because if you didn't do it, and let's say you have some chronic disease, if you enter an 8 days or 7 days workshop, Jesus Christ, what a healing crisis you should expect, you know. It will be like hell. But this, if you just do this, it will be super easy for you. I'll tell you a little bit about my story of first Paida and my first healing crisis. Actually, my problems was insomnia, gases, night sweating, excessive night sweating, and actually excessive sweating all the time, but during the night I sweat a lot. I used to sweat a lot. Also muscle pain and sexual problems, sexual weakness. Um, and during my first Paida, my insomnia got so bad. It was like the worst insomnia night in my life, and I had many of those, you know. So the healing crisis there was, I was just laying on the bed and I was super nervous, totally unable to fall asleep, and I was sweating like hell. I was sweating a lot, and oh, I have a little dot. Yeah. Long time no see. Shot on my inner side of the elbows. Okay, we're ready with this area. Because I actually didn't do it here maybe 2 weeks or more. So we start with the last area. It's here. It's too noisy like this. So yeah. Let me just see if I'm recording still. Yes, thank God. Oh yeah, about my first self-diagnostics with Paida. It was awful, but what makes me feel that, what makes me think that this is very good practice was that I used to experience those healing crises also from some yoga exercises, because I have a background of 9 years of yoga, daily yoga practices. And when I have a healing crisis from yoga, after the healing crisis finish, I do not feel some big relief. But after this healing crisis from Paida, actually the day after, I felt relief and I felt good. I felt better. I felt like my body was a little bit improved in every direction, in every single one of those diseases that I had. So I had my insomnia wasn't that heavy the day after. Gases wasn't that bad. My libido kinda improves. So that makes me think that this is probably not a bad practice and I should give it a try. And the interesting thing is that I didn't slept for 3 minutes. I slept for 1 or 2 minutes in every single of this area. This was my first Paida ever. Now I don't even count Paida as this for some practice. But then it was like going through my fears. So I did it home alone, and it was weird, you know, because you never heard of Paida Login. I just bought the book, read it, and never saw a single person that practiced this thing. And it was weird for me, and I know that in the book they say that it's good to have like 30 minutes of Paida up to 1 hour, but you know that this sounds strange for a person that has nothing to do with this Paida Virgin community. But after this healing crisis, I encourage myself, and maybe a week later, I picked a day and I did my first half an hour Paida on the inner side of the elbows. I think that inner side of the elbows are the best area. This is like this should be on the book, you know. This is like the best area to start with. And I improved so much. Actually, it was after this 30 minutes Paida on the inner side of the elbow, I was like, Jesus Christ, how is this even possible to improve so much? I mean, this was like, now I have 9 years of experience with yoga, but then this was 3.5, 4 years ago, so I had like 7 years of yoga experience, and I had my improvement with yoga, but only in 1 hour Paida, 30 minutes here and 30 minutes here. I improved like more than this 7 years, and I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding, especially on the sex life, because sex life was something that bothers me the most, and it disappeared like this in 1 hour. So I was suffering from this all my life, and now for 1 hour I was like completely fine, completely fine. I couldn't even believe that this is me. Like, so it's very good. So this gave me a lot of hope. So thank God Master Shao wrote that book, did his journey, and I'm so thankful to this guy. The problems that bothered me the most disappeared in couple of months, all of them. Of course, I need to practice to keep them, to keep the results, but to be honest, I love this practice. Once you start doing it, you love how it feels, and it is not a problem that time that you spend during the practice. And I really hope that this channel is good for you, because if you are home alone, if you don't have workshops nearby, you can just turn this YouTube channel and make some Paida with me. Of course, it is not live if you do it with this video, but in the future we can make our way to set an hour even, and to have some Paida together. It's beautiful. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know in the comments what are your experiences from this Paida. Of course, don't forget that this is not a medical treatment, but it turns out to be the self-healing way. So before you start any sort of self-healing, make sure you ask your doctor, and yeah, never just go into things without asking a specialist. Thank you so much for watching this video, and see you in the next one.